Here's a look at a recap of your markets on this Thursday, the 29th day of May. Better day in the cattle markets pretty much across all the sectors today. We'll start off with negotiated feedlot trade. As of the 2 o'clock cutoff time, 12,687 head of negotiated sales reported. Texas, 2,356 head, 220 to 223. Kansas reported 6,760 head so far, 218 up to 225.50. Most of the sales appear to be about 220 to 222. Iowa reports 1,737 head, 230 to 233. Officially by USDA, nothing reported yet in Nebraska. However, some private sources did report some live sales, 234 to 235. A few dress sales at 368 to 370. Box beef cutout values. Choice closed up again for the 10th consecutive day, 67 cents higher at 366.09. Select was up $1.90, 353.64. Those values based on 118 loads of cuts, trimmings, and grinds, and the Choice Select spread at $12.45. The weekly drought monitor was released Thursday morning. Really not much change over this week compared to last week. The northern third of the state still abnormally to a few spots of moderately dry. Of course, as you get to the south, a much different story with nothing showing up dry there. From the Springfield Weather Station, they actually reported that the combination of the April-May month was the wettest on record this year with over 20 inches of rain. Taking a look at the cattle auctions around the state, both of the auctions that were held today already completed. Light runs, Spokane Livestock Market in Butler, 388 head. A light test there. The steers and heifers were called steady to firm. A reminder, they will be holding a special replacement cow sale on Saturday, 1 o'clock. Got over 500 head on the early listings there. Mid-Missouri Stockyards in Phillipsburg, they had an auction today, 933 head. Compared to last week, again, a much lighter run. The steers sold stay to $5 lower. Heifers mixed 10 lower to 5 higher. Again, pretty limited comparisons there. The steers, medium and large ones, some 5 to 6 weights at 373 to 389. Some 6 to 650 pounds, 344 to 369. A few 7 to 8 weights at 315 to 319. The heifers, some 4 to 5 weights at 362.5 to 387. 5 to 6 weights at 329 to 367. Some 6 to 7 weights, 296 to 321. Taking a look at the closing futures markets. Live cattle for June up $1.60, 215.52. August up $1.90, 210.07. October up $2.07 at 208.15. Feeder cattle for August up $4.30, closing the day at $299.92. September $298.05 up $4.37. October at $296.77 up $4.25. Lean hogs for June, $100.02 down 25. July at $102.97 down 32. August at $103.40 down 12. Turning our attention to the grain markets at the elevators around the state on Thursday, soybeans were up 3 cents. Wheat was 4 cents higher. Corn 3 to 4 lower. Corn bids in the St. Louis region $4.69. Kansas $4.17 to $4.55. Soybean bids St. Louis $10.66. Kansas $10.31 to $10.76. Wheat bids in St. Louis $5.34. Kansas City $5.29. Taking a look at the Board of Trade. Corn contracts, July closed at $4.47, down 4. September $4.27 and a quarter, down 2.5. December at $4.41 and a quarter, down 2 1/4. Soybeans, the old crop contracts, they were fractionally to 3 1/4 higher. Once you got out to new crop, fractionally lower. July 10.51 3/4, up 3 1/4. August 10.48 1/4, up 3 1/4. September at 10.30, up 1/2 cent. November new crop beans down 1/4 at 10.37 1/4. Wheat contracts, July 5.34 up 3 3/4. September 5.48 3/4 up 3 1/4. December at 5.71 1/4 up 2 3/4. Soybean meal for July up $2.70 a ton, closing the day at $296.40. Soybean oil for July lost 54 cents a hundredweight, $48.39. With the Missouri Department of Agriculture, that's a recap of your markets for Thursday. This is Tony Hancock.